Jason, after watching the tapes, was it better, worse, or as good as you saw it?
Yeah, I think as good as we saw it on the film. Are there things to correct that we could be better at? Absolutely. But when we talk about three phases setting the tone for the year or starting off in the right foot, whatever you want to say, I thought it was a very good job by our team. We were well prepared. They took to the coaching all camp and obviously during the week and went out with great effort and toughness and showed their ability. So, all three phases did that. Now, was it perfect? By no means was it. But at the end of the day, we got the job done in front of our home fans, which were incredible. They were loud all night and supportive. So I thought it was a great start to the season. Now we just got to continue it on.
Yes, he practiced, but Alexandre has his hamstring.
He's had that.
No, I know, but wrapped up. And
Yep.
I mean, in light of what happened last year with Fajardo, does that...
It's all preventative. It's all stuff that we're just keeping an eye on. And he's, as you saw in the game, he's perfectly fine to run. So it's more just to keep that going since, that happened really early in camp and we're just keeping an eye on it. It's getting stronger day by day. So that's not even really a worry. It's just something that's preventative now at this point.
Did you feel you surprised the Argos with the running game?
I don't know. I mean, that's a better question for them. I don't think so. I think, I'm sure they knew we'd start off running the ball and then, you always adjust. So, but I thought they did a good job at times and we did a very good job at other times. So, we stuck to it. That was the big thing. And, obviously our quarterback helped that too, getting some big runs. I think early in the game and late in the game, we did our best. And that's when it mattered. It was the setting the tone at the beginning of the game. And then obviously running the clock out at the end was huge. So anytime you're able to do that as an offense and you're able to keep them off balance throughout the game, I think it's huge. We also started off with a second and medium run, which maybe that they weren't expecting. But the rest on first down, I think they would expect us to run the ball.
What are you looking for your first road game this week?
Obviously, I mean, a tough opponent is what I'm looking forward to. I mean, I know how physical Ottawa is and, how tough it's been to beat them in the past. So obviously it's a new year. We want to start off right on the road, very focused and disciplined. That's a hallmark of our team, and I just want to see that continued. So anytime you go into another team's stadium, you got to play great football to beat them. And we're looking forward to preparing to win every single day so that we can go out there and do that.
Back to the running game, it was almost a clean 50-50 passing plays, running plays. This is not something, unless I'm mistaken, that we've seen a lot in the last few years. Is it a new trend for this?
Well, I think we got more towards that on first downs, running the ball more last year, whether it showed up or not, because there's times when we pull the ball as a quarterback on RPOs where, we may call 50-50 run pass, but we throw a lot more because of the way the defense dictates it. This game, they were dictating to hand the ball off, so we did just that. And, obviously you want to establish the run every week. And if we're able to do that, we're going to continue to do that. The ability to adjust is what you have to have in offense. And, we want to be able to do everything well. But by no means do we, every single game we want to be able to establish that line of scrimmage and run the ball with the backs we have and the quarterback we have and the O-line we have.
Coach, I know you always want to establish that blue collar work ethic. So
Yep.
when you have a veteran like Gagné go out there on special teams and do what he did the other night, what does that mean to you and to the group?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's whenever your captains of your team are leading by example, I think that's a great thing. And obviously Gagné's done that since I've gotten here. He's been our special teams captain the whole time. And so anytime he's going out and producing like that, it takes everybody else doing their jobs for him to go in and do his. But he was hunting like hell that night. The things that people don't see are the blocking. And he blocked and mauled like crazy. So he not only had 7 special teams tackles, but he was a special teams player of the week because of all the other things he was doing, plus the leader of the special team. So, and then obviously I've seen him long snapped in our second preseason game as a veteran, as a captain. He went with all the rookies to play in that second preseason game. That should tell you all you need to know about Gagné.
Sur le dernier match, tu as commencé pas mal à courir le ballon en partant. Parle-nous un peu de la relation avec Davis Alexandre sur le terrain et les jeux qui se faisaient. Vous aviez une bonne chimie, ça allait bien.
Ouais, bonne chimie, bonne relation. Je pense que j'entendais un peu coach parler tout à l'heure. Je pense que c'est vraiment important d'établir la course, surtout dans la CFL, une ligue qui est une ligue de passes. Si tu es capable de courir la balle efficacement, mais ça fait juste ouvrir le jeu de passe.
Ça fait longtemps que tu n'avais pas été le partant. À quel point ce match-là a fait du bien, je veux dire, au physique, au mental, 86 verges, 17 courses, tu as touché le ballon souvent. Comment tu as vécu ça?
Ça fait beaucoup de bien. Je te dirais un peu stressé au début, ça faisait un petit bout, mais honnêtement, une fois dans le backfield, une fois en arrière, là, puis quand le jeu a commencé, c'est comme si je n'étais jamais parti.
Mais 17 fois. Ça fait 2-3 années qu'on n'a pas vu ça à Montréal. C'est ça qui est le plus surprenant ou c'est le 86 verges?
Définitivement le 17 fois. J'en parlais avec Danny aujourd'hui. Même moi, à travers ma carrière, j'ai jamais eu une partie où est-ce que j'ai couru la balle 17 fois. Je pense que le plus haut, c'est peut-être 12 ou 13. Mais 17 fois, c'est quelque chose. Même moi, j'étais surpris en regardant les statistiques après la partie. Là.
Tu disais comment tu te sentais physiquement, mais moi, je vais te demander comment tu te sentais physiquement le lendemain.
Oh, ça, c'est une autre question. Je dirais qu'on a eu 2 journées off, ça fait du bien. On est revenu tard à la maison, j'habite pas à côté, mais revenir à minuit, 1h du matin avec 2 enfants, c'est sûr que la nuit est un petit peu courte. Fait qu'on a besoin de un peu plus de récupération durant la fin de semaine.
Quand on s'est parlé au camp d'entraînement, tu as parlé du plaisir, de ne jamais perdre le plaisir de jouer. Dans quelle mesure c'était plaisant ce match-là?
C'est très plaisant. Je pense qu'à travers ma carrière, je pense que j'apprends à aimer le football pour ce qu'il est. Évidemment, avoir confiance en mes talents, mais juste avoir du plaisir puis voir les autres autour de moi avoir du plaisir. C'est sûr que gagner, c'est toujours plus plaisant que perdre, mais on voyait que les gars, autant en défensive, offensive puis unité spéciale, qu'ils avaient du fun.
Dernière série en attaque, premier essai de la ligne de 22. Si jamais tu te rends dans la zone début, tu pognes 100 verges et le toucher. Ouais. T'avais-tu fait les maths?
Non, j'avais pas fait les maths du tout. Et c'est sûr qu'à chaque course, tu essaies de faire du mieux que tu peux, d'avoir le plus de verges possible, mais je pense qu'il n'y a rien vraiment décrit dans le jeu qui dit combien de verges tu vas avoir. Tu fais juste y aller avec ce que tu as devant toi.
C'est quoi le défi pour cette semaine, justement?
Je pense d'établir la course. Ils ont une très bonne ligne défensive. Je pense leur boîte avec les linebackers inclusivement. Ils ont une bonne défensive. Fait que je pense que c'est important. Si on est capable d'établir la course aussi bien qu'on l'a fait cette semaine, je pense qu'on va être en très bonne main.
How's that leg?
Leg's good.
How scared were you when you went to the field?
Very scared. Yeah, I didn't think it was good. I'm good now, though.
Where was it? Was it the knee?
Yeah.
The little guy that fell on you?
Yeah, I think I think he got like maybe thrown into me a little bit. It was like a little bit. It was after the play, but just wasn't expecting it.
After the game, we have a great game. Everything went well, defense, special unit, and offense. When you look at the tape, what did you see that you want to do again against Ottawa?
Yeah, I mean, we just did a really good job staying on the field as an offense. I think we had two and outs the whole game. I think we were about 58% on our second down conversions, which is amazing. But I think on from 2nd and 4 to 6, we were 33%. So that's something that we can improve on there and even stay on the field longer, give our defense more time to rest.
You stayed in the game. How much did the knee bother you when you went back into the game?
Not much. I think my adrenaline was pumping pretty high. And I felt good out there. We were still able to do some rollouts, some movement stuff. So I don't think it really affected me too much.
And how was it Saturday?
Oh, it was good.
How good did it feel to just get that first win? As official starter now. How good did that feel for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, there was a lot of buzz. This whole 6 months, this off season. It's obviously great to get the first one out of the way, but we know we have a lot more work to do, and we're excited.
How much the run plays at the beginning of the game did help set the tempo for that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we showed just how physical our offensive line was, and even our perimeter blocking was amazing. Guys came out and they were ready to go. And that, I think we were averaging like 7 yards a carry, 6 yards a carry. You can do that, you're gonna be pretty successful on offense.
I said on the air that there was the pick, but there was no other ball that had a chance to be picked. Mm-hmm. You missed. The long passes to Tyson were close, but nobody had a chance to pick those.
Yeah.
What about your reads? Do you feel you made most of good reads?
Yeah. There were a couple times where maybe I was quick to leave the pocket, where I could have stayed in there a little bit longer. But yeah, I felt pretty good about our game plan, and felt like I kept the ball out of harm's way, and that's our number one goal. That's what we talk about in our quarterback room all the time. No turnovers. Usually you win the turnover battle, you end up winning the game, and that's what happened.
During after like the 6th, I think people came and whispered to my ears that I was one away from tying the record. But then the night was nice. It was nice to be able to do this for the Montreal Alouettes also, and doing it the first game of the year. It's just fun. It makes you excited for the other games.
And what does it mean to you as a special teams guy? And yes, I heard you say I'm a linebacker, but
no, I'm definitely a special teamer. It's just making sure that every year you want to reestablish yourself, and what you've done in the past doesn't matter anymore. But then coming here and being able to still making plays and still being able to have an impact on the football game and being able to win this game in front of our fans, I think that's the most important.
Any guy that plays special teams needs a different mentality.
Yeah.
Because you're not the star. People are not coming out to see you. So how do you wrap your head around that? And how do you, what's your motivation?
It's intern of the team. I feel like Coach Maas and Coach Archambault are putting a big emphasis on the importance of special teams. And I feel like all the group feels it. So everyone wants to contribute a little bit on special teams, even though they play on offense, they play on defense. They want to participate on special teams just because we're having fun. We have a big impact on the game, and I feel like the coaching staff is putting that mind into it.
You're 33 years old. How have you survived this long in a young man's game? And how does a guy 33 feel playing what you do?
Pretty good. Yeah, actually, it helps you to stay young, and even though some of the guys are coming in, and I talk to them about my life with having a house, having 2 kids, having homeworks to do with the kids, and having to do my grass and everything. Sometimes they don't really realize that we don't even have the same life outside of football, but it makes it just fun. Like when I come at the stadium, I just feel like I'm here to play football with my friends, and that's the only way I'm seeing it. And then afterwards, for the 33 years old and being able to still making it, it's just work out and take time. You stretch a little bit more, you take more care of your body, but then I feel pretty young too.
How old are your kids?
One's 11 and the other one is 2.
Wow, boy, girl.
2 boys.
And what part of the city do you live in?
South Shore of Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah.
St. Hubert?
No, I come from there, but then I live in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu.
Oh, okay.
I played my CJIP over there.
You've done pretty well for a guy that wasn't even drafted.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It's
over 100 games.
Yeah, over 100 games, over 100 tackles, and it's just fun. Like when we won the Grey Cup and I was thinking about all my whole journey with my wife, but also with my mom, that she was there since I was 12. So just thinking back about like all what we've been through and all the questioning you get, of course, during your career. And it's just fun being able to do that in front of my family, my fans, my friends, and also my 2 kids.
When you weren't drafted, and I mean, were you concerned that football might be over?
Definitely. When I wasn't drafted, I went back to my 5th year. And 5th year, I was like, hey, I have 1 more year left, so I'm going to go there, have the most fun I can. And I did my master's in finance at the same time. So then when I did my 5th year, I thought it was probably my last year. So then I got an invite to a rookie minicamp in Florida and Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So then spent a full year in Saskatchewan on the PR, and then had the shot the next training camp to be a special teamer. And I made sure that I wasn't going to be let go.
And once you were a free agent after Saskatchewan, I guess it was a no-brainer to try to come back here.
Yeah, with the kids and everything, like I lived a good life in Saskatchewan. It was really fun to live the crowd and the nice stadium and everything over there. But I wanted to live the football life with my family too.
So if you have a master's in finance, you're going to be a millionaire one day? You don't have an agent, I would think. You probably do your own
I do have
thing.
an agent. I do have an
Who's
agent.
your agent?
Sasha.
Okay.
Sasha is my
you
agent.
don't need him. You can do your own
I've been with him since he's probably the one that made me a pro. So he got me that workout, and it's always good to have an agent and have Sasha to be around and talk to him, and so yeah.
Tell your 11-year-old that homework is overrated, school is overrated. Tell him to be a plumber or an electrician. Now, please ask him some good questions.
La mentalité de col bleu, Alex.
Merci, Alex.
Thank you very much. Ah, définitivement. Je pense qu'en
Elle vient
étant.
d'où, excuse?
Ah, elle vient de où? Ben, j'ai toujours été ça, en fait. J'ai jamais été le gars le plus intelligent, le gars le plus vite, le plus fort, le plus tout, en fait. Mais j'ai tout le temps été lui qui a travaillé le plus. Ça a été ça dans tous les sports que j'ai faits. Ça a été ça à l'école aussi. Puis, tu sais, je pense que j'ai réussi à me démarquer là, vraiment en travaillant fort, en mettant le plus d'heures possible.
Là qu'il y a une couple de jours qui s'est venue après la game, c'est quoi dont tu es le plus fier de vendredi, personnellement?
Personnellement, honnêtement, c'est drôle, hein, on parle dans l'histoire de la Ligue, bon, égaler un record, mais c'est vraiment d'avoir battu le record de l'équipe des Alouettes de Montréal. On dirait que je me dis plus tard, ben, je vais avoir marqué l'équipe que mes enfants vont chérir puis qui vont regarder à la télé puis c'est à la maison. On dirait que c'est lui qui me fait un petit velours au cœur, là, puis je trouve le fun, ça va être vraiment d'avoir marqué l'histoire des Alouettes là, pendant mon passage.